Karl Marx, that is, obviously, said that religion is the opiate of the masses. Yet, I can't help but thinking that religion and some political ideologies, such as communism and liberalism, are fairly similar to religion. The most similar aspect of them, I think, is the universal nature of most religions and of specifically communism and liberalism. Both the Catholic religion and liberalism and communism, all at their core, are about exporting their ideas to make them become universal. They're all universal ideologies or religions. Like, you have the Crusades in Christianity, you have America's exportation of liberalism through their various wars, and communism sought to overthrow governments and replace them with communist ones, with the idea that eventually every country would be communist. Another similarity is all these ideologies and religions have their own violent aspects. Obviously, communist revolutions are generally quite violent. Obviously, I'm being kind of generalisation. Liberalism, perhaps not so much, but in many countries there were revolutions that brought about liberal, obviously, governments, like the most famous example being, of course, the French Revolution. I mean, obviously, it wasn't that liberal by today's standards, but by standards back then, especially compared to France before that time, it was very liberal. So when Marx said, religion's the opiate of the masses, well, isn't communism an opiate of the masses as well? It gave them this utopian ideal, which is also involved in religions, like the Garden of Eden in Christianity, for example, and heaven and things like that. And obviously heaven and things like that are in all religions, and basically communism is about heaven on earth, and liberalism is about the world being completely peaceful, liberal, with everyone being consenting in their government and participating in government and being free, the whole world being free. And this is obviously what drives all these ideologies, this exportation of the ideologies to other countries, to all countries, so that they eventually become part of those ideologies. So yeah, that's what I see as the similarities between religion and political ideology. Obviously there are other aspects, like in certain other political ideologies, like Nazism, for example, and to some extent communism as well, has the element of sort of the prophet sort of leader, kind of, that leads the people to this great utopian society ideal, etc. But yeah, so I was just wondering what everyone else thought about this. Feel free to leave a comment, but that's all I have to say about it, and hope you enjoyed this episode of my Soapbox here on YouTube. Goodbye.